Imagine growing up in a city that was the center of the world. That was Venice in the 13th century. It was a nexus of trade, wealth, and rumor. But beyond the Mediterranean, past the known kingdoms, lay a legendary land known as Carthagena world, shrouded in myth. This is the story of Marco Polo, a man whose pen and passion revealed that mysterious world, forever changing the European imagination. Born around 1254, Marco barely knew his father, Niccolo, and uncle Maffeo. They were pioneering merchants, having already made one incredible journey across the continent to the court of the mighty Mongol ruler, Kublai Khan. When they returned to Venice in 1269, they weren't just bringing silks. They were bringing a mission: to return to the Khan with oil from the Holy Sepulchre and 100 Christian scholars. In 1271, at just 17 years old, Marco joined them. This wasn't a business trip. It was a leap of faith into the vast unknown. He would not see Venice again for 24 years. His life was about to become the single greatest travelogue of the Middle Ages. The Polo's journey was an odyssey of endurance. They weren't sailing the seas. They were traversing the unforgiving Silk Road, a network of routes that stretched over 15,000 miles. They crossed deserts where Marco claimed the traveler could hear the spirits of the dead luring them off course. They scaled the towering thinner peaks of the Pamir Mountains, which Marco described as the highest place in the world. Marco was not just a merchant, he was a natural anthropologist. While his father and uncle focused on trade, Marco absorbed everything. He was the world's first true travel blogger, detailing the sights and marvels unknown to Europe. He saw petroleum, which the locals called burning oil, used for heating and lighting. He described people burning black stones, coal, which was a revolutionary idea in wood-dependent Europe. He witnessed a sophisticated economy using paper money, something Venetians would have dismissed as magical or foolish. After 3.5 grueling years, surviving harsh climates, illness, and bandits, the Polos finally arrived at the court of the most powerful man on earth, Kublai Khan. Kublai Khan, the grandson of Genghis Khan, ruled an empire that stretched across most of Asia. He was an emperor of culture, curiosity, and immense power. When the Polos arrived, the Khan took an immediate and powerful liking to the young Marco. Marco proved to be more than just a merchant's son. He was a gifted linguist and observer. The Khan, weary of hearing only about money and trade, valued Marco's unique ability to observe and report on the customs, peoples, and geography of the distant provinces. Marco became an ambassador and envoy, traveling the vast Mongol Empire for Kublai Khan. For 17 years, he lived the life of a high official, witnessing the magnificence of Kublai, modern-day Beijing, a city far grander and more orderly than any in Europe. He marveled at the speed of the imperial postal system and the immense wealth of the court. Marco's most incredible descriptions came from the sea. He detailed vast fleets of multi-masted Chinese junks, shipbuilding technology that dwarfed anything in Venice. His reports covered islands like Java and Sumatra, exotic lands rich with spices. The wealth and scale he described was almost unbelievable to the small kingdoms of medieval Europe. After 24 years, the Polos finally returned to Venice in 1295. Dressed in worn foreign clothes and speaking broken Italian, they were unrecognizable. To prove who they were, they dramatically slid open their worn coats, revealing an incredible cache of rubies, emeralds, and diamonds sewn into the lining. A few years later, Marco was captured during a naval battle between Venice and its rival, Genoa. It was in a Genoese prison that fate intervened. Marco dictated his incredible tale to a fellow prisoner and writer, Rustichello da Pisa. The book was titled Description of the World, but it quickly became known as Il Milione, or the Million, a nickname given to Marco because Venetians thought he was prone to exaggeration and telling millions of lies. For centuries, the Travels of Marco Polo was viewed with skepticism, a thrilling adventure, but perhaps mostly fiction. Who could believe in black stones that burn, or an emperor who used paper to buy gold? Yet, over time, historians and explorers confirmed his descriptions with stunning accuracy. His accounts of Asia proved so influential that they became the essential guide for the next generation of explorers. 2 centuries later, a young Genoese sailor named Christopher Columbus famously carried a heavily annotated copy of Marco Polo's book on his first voyage across the Atlantic. On his deathbed in 1324, Marco Polo was reportedly urged to recant the exaggerations in his book. His defiant final words cemented his legacy. "I have only told the half of what I saw." Marco Polo didn't just travel across a continent. He built a bridge of imagination between East and West, proving that the world was infinitely larger, richer, and more wondrous than medieval Europe ever dared to believe. Do you believe Marco Polo told only half of what he saw? Or was he the greatest exaggerator of all time? Let us know in the comments. If this story of the ultimate traveler fascinated you, hit that like button and subscribe for more untold stories of the explorers who shaped our maps. Thanks for watching.